Now I'm gonna get ready to make Ungastuki Nissua, or Nissua for short. And it's a sweet coffee bread that's typically served with coffee or gaffia. And I'm gonna take 6 to 8 cardamom pods, and usually I split these with my fingernail and drop the seeds into the mortar and use the pestle to grind them. For the Nissua, I've scalded a cup of milk, and in that scalded milk, I'm going to introduce, you can either use butter flavored shortening, and it's a 1/4 cup, or you can use a mix of butter and shortening. Now I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar to this same mixture, and I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. And this is where, when it has a chance to cool down, I'm going to proof the yeast. 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. I've measured out 5 cups of white flour. I'm going to add my cardamom. If you're using ground cardamom, I would add about 1/2 to 3/4 of a teaspoon. I'm going to mix this together by hand just to get that cardamom mixed throughout the dough. Then I'm going to add the liquid. I'm going to mix and knead this dough and then set it out to rise for 2.5 hours. Once your Nissua has had a chance to rise, then you want to divide it into 2 parts and divide those 2 parts into 3 parts each. And each one of these parts is going to form one of the braids. And you're going to make 2 loaves with this recipe. So for each of the pieces of dough, you're going to roll out, just like you used to with Play-Doh in school, you're going to roll out a long strand. So when you get the 3 strands, you've rolled them out, you braid them just like you would braid somebody's hair. And seal it at both ends. I'll do this one a little more slowly. You always take the outside piece and fold it over the center. And then you're going to put these on a tray to rise one more time. To do the second rise, cover with a moistened dish towel and let it sit in a warm place until it has a chance to rise again, usually about another 30 minutes or so. And then you're going to be popping it in the oven. After it's had time for its second rise, I'm going to brush it with a little water. And later, I'm gonna brush about 5 minutes before it comes out of the oven. I'm gonna brush it with egg yolk. And then I'm gonna sprinkle some coarse sugar. On the braids. Pop it in the oven. It's a 375 oven, and it'll be in between 20 and 30 minutes. So check back when it's done. After I've brushed on the egg yolk, I've also covered it with foil, and there is your finished product.